Alrighty boys, so today we got a huge DLC 2 leak, and this is one of those leaks that is coming from Treyarch themselves, because obviously they are an indie developer. They like to put everything out in the game files, and this time everything got leaked, and we're getting a lot of stuff in Black Ops 4 very soon. First of all, I want to talk about the 2 multiplayer maps that we're gonna be getting. We're also gonna be seeing new areas to Blackout. David Wonderhart was also talking about new rank system for Blackout and new echelons for Blackout, so we're gonna be talking about that. There also gonna be a Valentine's Day camo and an event as well. Quad feed's gonna be coming out, and a ton of stuff got leaked. And there's also apparently gonna be a Chinese New Year event coming out in Black Ops 4 next week as well. And hey man, if you have been subscribed to this channel, if you attended a couple of my live streams, you probably know my sentiments regarding this whole topic. I personally do believe that China is #1. I mean, just look around you, right? If you don't believe me, look around you. Everything that you got in your home or wherever you are is made in China. The clothes you're wearing, made in China. The device you're currently using to watch this video right now is also gonna be made in China. Doesn't matter what name you see slapped on your mobile, it's just made in China, you know what I mean. But on the other hand, we got a new zombies perk leak, and David Wonderhart came out of the closet. He started talking about them paint cans that got a ton of people mad. A ton of people are salty about that. We're gonna be having fun in this video, so let's just get right into it. First of all, I want to talk about the multiplayer maps, right? I'm not gonna take a whole lot of time here because I think that you might have seen a couple of images and you might know what they are, but I'm still gonna show you and all that, so don't worry about that. But the thing that I'm not sure about is that why didn't we see any multiplayer maps in January, right? Like, we know that we got 2 multiplayer maps in December, and then it kind of made sense to see 2 more in January because they're not following the original Call of Duty pattern. Like, normally we would see 4 multiplayer maps every other month, and this time we're getting the same treatment, but we're seeing less. Like, we're seeing 2 multiplayer maps but every other month. I'm not sure about this one. I really hope that going forward we get more multiplayer maps like every single month. I feel like that's just gonna be much better. But I'm gonna throw a couple of images on the screen. They are gonna be blurry, but they are coming from Quantum Z, and Quantum Z absolutely found them in the Black Ops 4 files, right? I mean, Charlie Intel reported on it. The Viewlet says this on top, and the Viewlets are just credible as you guys probably know who they are at this point. If you do not know who they are, I mean, even Charlie Intel is talking about them, right? But this is what the Viewlet says. The next 2 multiplayer DLC maps seem to have surfaced. The first one is gonna be the station map that is gonna be LAPD in the middle of the city, just what you would expect. And you can see the map, and this kind of reminds me of Stadium from Black Ops 1, and this picture kind of remind me of the original Black Ops 1 5. You know, when you go inside and you open up the pack punch and you kind of go outside, and there used to be Juggernaut right there. I mean, nostalgia in a nutshell, but obviously it's gonna be daytime map, but it's looking really good despite the blurry quality. But we do know that the first map is gonna be a station map. The second map is gonna be a casino map, which is gonna be an elegant high rollers casino map set at night, vibrant lights, bars, slot tables, and the like. And I'm pretty hype about that for sure. But as for when we're gonna see these maps, I guess that we're either gonna see them next week or like on February 12th. But if I have to really take a guess, I feel like that these maps are gonna be coming out on February 19th. But the problem would be that that's when we're gonna see like a zombie map. We're also gonna see other stuff, and my problem here is that if we get all at once, we're just gonna be in for 2 days and then we're all gonna be bored once again. So what's the point, right? I really hope that Treyarch separate all the content out. Like, let's say next week on February 5th we get the Chinese New Year event, and speaking of Chinese New Year event, I want to absolutely go into that. So I really hope that next week we get 2 of these maps, because right now the game feels kind of dry if you ask me. But speaking of Chinese New Year event, this was found in the game files. You can see it's the calling card, and you can see that they are holding that Chinese dragon. And I mean, it's gonna be a Chinese New Year event, and if you Google it, I know ain't nobody got time for that, and therefore I Googled it for you guys. So it's gonna be next week on February the 5th, and apparently it's gonna be a Tuesday, so that lines lines up perfectly. But on the other hand, this is gonna be a new zombies perk. This is not Photoshop. This was found in the game files for Black Ops 4, and this is gonna be the new perk symbol. It's gonna be a red perk, and I feel like that it's gonna be that melee perk, or once you have this perk, you can go around melee zombies, and that's just gonna give you insta kill. You can even see Diego doing that, so I feel like that's gonna be pretty cool, but it just doesn't hit me in the G spot, if you know what I mean. So I'm not sure about that one. I really hope that we get it soon though. But yeah, that is it for the new zombies perk. We're also gonna be seeing a new Valentine's Day camo. You can see this is the camo texture. Kind of looks odd. I mean, I'm not really sure how it's gonna look like when it's applied to a weapon. It will definitely look similar, so I'm not really hyped for this camo, but at the same time, it's gonna be new content. It's gonna be a new camo. It has a chance of looking good, but that's just my overall sentiment on this one. We're also gonna be seeing a Valentine's Day calling card, and if you do get to see that, I guess that we're gonna see an actual event, but that's just my opinion, because there is also this picture found in the game files, and you can see that it's gonna be a quad feed, right? So I'm pretty hyped about what we're gonna be getting next in terms of content. Now I want to talk about the new areas to Blackout, or before I talk about that, this is what David Wandahar said, and he said that he is working on new echelon levels for Blackout, and you can see the tweet. Somebody initiated the conversation, and then David Wandahar says that yes, I've said repeatedly we are working on it aggressively, and you guys know Charlie Intel has to post an article, and then I'm definitely gonna be making a video on it. So we're definitely getting new echelons, new levels to Blackout, so that's pretty dope. And on the other hand, new areas to Blackout are also confirmed, and this is with a plural, so I'm kind of hype about that, because this is what Charlie Intel says. Treyarch Studio Design Director has confirmed today on Twitter that there are new locations planned to be added to Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout mode with the start of the next operation for the game. In a reply to a fan asking about when to expect more locations for Blackout, one said they are working on it and the Season 3 is coming, referring to the third operation for the game. And you can see Omer says, can we just get new areas in the map please, F? And then Wandahar says, working on it, Season 3 is coming. So I'm pretty certain that all of this is gonna be coming out on February 19th, and I really hope that they space out all of this content, because I really have a feeling that they are not going to, and they're gonna drop like new camos, new weapons, Season 3, new zombie maps, new multiplayer maps, every single thing on February 19th. Obviously it's gonna be good. I'm really hyped for it, but it's gonna get dry once we play everything, and we're gonna be left hungry for more, if that makes any sense. And obviously we do know that league play is gonna be happening mid-February, so I really think that they are also gonna drop league play on February 19th, and I personally hope that it doesn't drop on February 19th, but it drops like a week after DLC 2. But that's just my opinion, just because I feel like that if they do that, the game will have the possibility of staying alive for the longest amount of time, if that makes any sense. Now speaking of paint cans, this is gonna get a little spicy, because this is what David Wandahar says, and I kind of agree with it. Before I get into it, I kind of agree with it, but you guys gotta understand that I'm just a vocal minority. I'm just a casual player who only got 2 or 3 gold weapons in multiplayer, so I'm really hype about the fact that even I can now get them dark matter camos. But check this out. This is what David Wandahar says. This dude is trolling you. They don't spawn on the ocean floor, because somebody probably is trolling people by saying that, and currently in a meeting about our next steps with this feature, so it might get patched. So if you guys are out there, definitely grind out and get those camos ASAP. I need to do that as well. But he also says not everything in the game has to be about rewarding you for G skill. I like the emergent stories, alt behaviors, and overall variety and spice. I appreciate you hardcore G skill elites, I do, but for the game to grow, it has to work for everybody. And I personally do agree with that. This is gonna be one of the situations where I'm not gonna be disappointed. If you guys are disappointed, I kind of see your guys' point as well, but this time I personally agree with this statement a little bit more. I really wish that they would reward players for getting wins. Like, let's say you're playing, you're collecting these paint cans, and then you get a victory, I mean, you deserve to get at least 20 or 25 paint cans. That I absolutely agree with. I feel like that should be implemented in the game ASAP. But overall though, as for someone who just likes playing the game once in a blue moon, I mean, I play the game every single day, but I don't play like a lot. I would just get 2 or 3 games in. Some days I would only get 1 game of Blackout, you know what I mean? So for someone like me, this is a great feature because hey, some days I won't get a victory, and hey, I can be rewarded for something extra. So in my opinion, this is a good move, but at the same time, this is a slap on the fans' face, because obviously if you're a hardcore player who grinded the game out like crazy, you got dark matter in multiplayer, and I can only imagine you seeing all of this change, right? Like, you got dark matter in multiplayer, you probably have busted a lot of hours to get that, and now you're seeing this change. You go in Blackout and you see that you can get dark matter for pretty much playing the game and just picking up those paint cans, which anyone can do. Even I can do that, right? So I personally feel the pain, but at the same time, I guess the relief here is that if you get dark matter in Blackout, well, you cannot apply that in multiplayer, and you cannot apply that in zombies. And I personally love Blackout a lot this time, and zombies is kind of like a lackluster, right? I feel like that the rewarding system in zombies is not really worth it, because hey, 3600 headshots, does that sound fun to me? Absolutely not. And on top, you gotta get those heavy zombie kills, and you gotta do all of the rest of the stuff in order to unlock it. It's just a little bit too much in my opinion. As for zombie maps though, the only thing we do know is that Greece map is gonna be coming out. NukeTown Zombies remake is 100% gonna be coming out. That's like proven countless times. I mean, the QA tester who got kicked from Treyarch even talked about that. Everything else he confirmed was true. I mean, all the DLC 1 leaks were real, all the previous Black Ops 4 leaks were real, and every single thing that we got regarding Black Ops 4 has been true so far. So I'm pretty sure NukeTown Zombies is gonna be happening, but one of the things that we're not sure about is when exactly is it gonna happen. Is it gonna come out on February the 19th? That I'm not really sure about. So a lot of stuff is about to come out, and I am really excited. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some other videos on the screen, and if you want to support this non-Fortnite channel, then consider joining and becoming a member. That way it helps out a ton. But I will see you in the next one.